Good morning. Listen, nobody knows you. So I ran across a video that I've done back in 2017, and I just tickled myself when I was watching it because I said, "Don't nobody know you," and I was actually talking about myself first and foremost, and then sharing it with the audience, and I just kind of laughed and I felt led to come on and talk about that on this morning. So I owned a brick and mortar service based business for 10 years prior to coaching and consulting. And before owning the brick and mortar service based business, I was an independent service provider. So for a couple decades, I worked inside a facility that I had to go to, within a community, within a centralized location. And, um, I would like to say, known in my local community. And when I came online, I really had to shift that mindset, right? Because I came to the realization that, girl, don't nobody know you, right? And it's actually a space that I still like to exist in even to this day. Even though I've helped clients from around the world, I actually have a video on YouTube with over 40,000 views. And I still keep that mindset. And I wanted to share it with you this morning so that if you need to make that shift as well, you will, so that you understand that you showing up is really important to the process of you growing your business and growing your life, especially if you've operated in a local space first before like bringing your business online, because we can get to the point where maybe we have a lot of friends or our family members or those in our local community may know us, but it's like, what, almost 8 billion people in the world. And so the realization has to come that if we did like an average of all of the people in the world, all of the people online, as opposed to the people that you may know in your local community, that number gets like really, really, really small. And then you have to understand that what you have is not for everybody. And so that means the pool of people who would actually be interested in your business and then interested enough to connect with your business and then interested enough to even exchange monetary means for the value of what you offer is even smaller, right? And so this is something I wanted to share with you all. I keep that mindset. I said nobody knows you, right? Because it helps you to remind yourself to share what it is that you do or what it is that you offer. Remember, not everybody is your customer. That's one thing. When you get really, really clear on that, that's going to help you a huge deal because your effort will be more concentrated and more centralized for a specific people. Hey, Jackie, how are you, dear? For a specific set of people. But here, I want to, in the midst of me sharing, don't nobody know you, right? I want you to know there are four ways that you really can grow your business. I mean, there are hundreds of different ideas you can use in your business, but there are four main things that really move the needle for your business. Number one, you can do more customers, right? You can do more customers. How many of you actually want to pile on more customers, right? These are just ways. Listen, I want y'all to hear me this morning. You can do more customers. You can increase how often you do a service for a product. So maybe it's a specific service for a product, and you increase the amount of time that you do that particular service or product. We're talking about ways to grow your business, and we talk about the fact that nobody really knows you, right? And even if they do, it's just a mindset that I, kind of exist in because there are so many more people who need what I offer, that I want to help, and that I want to serve in the world. And if I remind myself that the number of people who my business and my life, right? Don't nobody know. It's so easy to feel like that when we get online, especially if we've been in a community where we offered our services and now we're bringing them online. We can still kind of think that a lot of people know us. But listen, even when you think about your products and services, your family is not even obligated to buy things from you that they don't need. It doesn't make sense. Nor your friends. Your family and friends are not obligated to buy things from you that they don't need. I think to have that expectation sets you up for disappointment. It puts undue pressure on family and friends who may not need the service that you offer, right? And so if you keep in mind that there are so many people in the world, and there's so many more people in the world who need what I have, and right now nobody knows me, so a thing that I keep in mind so that I'm in alignment, it will help you a great deal. So these are the ways you're going to grow your business. You're either going to do a customer, you're going to increase how often you do a service or product. So if you have a product that you sell, you're going to increase the number of sales that you make for that product or that service. Even if you're a coach, the number of times that you're selling that product or that you're doing that particular service. You're either going to increase the value of what it is that you offer. Most people have pricing issues. Most entrepreneurs, coaches, service professionals have pricing issues. So you're either going to increase the value of your service or increase the efficiency, meaning you're going to be able to do what you do faster. You're going to be able to deliver it faster than you were before, and that comes with practice. It comes with mastery, and it comes with mentorship where they help you to collapse time. They help you to avoid doing it the hard way when there's a simple way. So 4 ways you're going to grow your business. You're going to do more customers. You're going to do more customers, do more customers. You're going to increase how often you do a service or a product. You're going to increase the value of your service and product, and most of you have pricing issues at this time as we speak. I almost guarantee that you're not charging enough for your services, which requires you to work hard, not smarter. Or you're going to increase the efficiency. That means I can do this service in a shorter amount of time that allows me to service more people, but not necessarily spend more hours doing it. So those are the ways that you're going to, grow your business. And so with that being said, you're going to if you're going to do more customers, that means you need to be in front of more people. Does that make sense? If that's the route that you want to take to do more customers, and many of you are burned out from trading your time for dollars. So, it may not be the route that you necessarily want to go unless your services are priced appropriately, right? And that's working for you. Increase how often you do a service or a product. So what would that look like for you? You're still going to need to get in front of more people, right? You're going to need to get in front of more people in order to be able to do that service or that product more, to be able to reach people who need that product or service that you're saying you're going to do more of. You're going to need to be in front of more people, right? Or increase the value of your service. Now, there's a lot that goes on with this because there are only a specific set of people who are going to find value in the service that you offer. And so you're going to have to really learn those people, right? You're going to have to learn the language that aligns with them. You're going to have to be able to really express the value of what it is that you offer. Most of you are uncertain on how to express the value of what it is that you offer in the marketplace, right? It's a language thing that's transpiring for you. Or you're going to increase the efficiency, and that comes with practice. And I teach mastery. I believe in mastery. Because once you've mastered something, it doesn't take the same amount of effort to do it. For instance, now I can get on a call with a client client and give them the transformation they need in a much shorter amount of time than I could do 6 years ago, right? So that means they get results quicker, sooner, faster from me. Is this making sense? Is this making sense to you all, you guys? And so by mastering a specific thing or things, then you increase your efficiency. It doesn't take you longer. So people may wonder, how is she charging $3,000 for a VIP day with her? But it's because the transformation that transpires in that one day is well worth the value of the service. I hope this is making sense. Like, it doesn't take all year, right? This is why you guys have to shift, even in your own business and in your own life, into a state of value. A value-based business is what you want to build. When you shift to an abundant mindset, your mind will go to value as well. It will move away from cost and move into value, right? So you'll need the right people to know you in order to do this, right? This is something I want to ask you, because I think this is like this thing that makes it difficult for entrepreneurs to grow their business. Do you know what you want? Do you really know what you want? Because so many entrepreneurs are doing 6 different things in 6 different categories that aren't necessarily growing from one foundational area to another. They're in completely different categories. They're complete opposites. I get it, right? But the amount of effort that you're having to put into all those different things, instead of your business offering, how would I say this, services that allow your client to grow with you. I hope this is making sense. So maybe you wash cars and then you drive trucks. I'm not saying don't have those different businesses. What I am saying is get them to the point where they're foundationally strong and they can run more on their own before you move to the other, because now you're dispersing your energy all over the place. I hope this is making sense. And so I wanted to start with nobody know you. And that's actually, for me, is a stance that I stay in, so that I'm reminded to continue showing up, so that I'm reminded to continue showing up for the people I'm called to serve. So if you don't know, if you haven't identified who those people are, it's super, super, super important. It's super important. I teach my clients how to identify their perfect people. If you are an entrepreneur and you feel like you're all over the place and you're uncertain, 3D Success Academy, that may be a great space for you. We talk about your perfect people, marketing, branding, all of those things. It is also self-paced. The modules are released weekly. You can go at your own pace. I come in and I do a live coaching call to answer questions at the end of every month. That may be an opportunity that will work for you. And then Exceptional Leaders Mastermind. If you're in that, you've already, identified a lot of these things that I'm mentioning. If you're applying for Exceptional Leaders Mastermind, I'll put all those links in the top. If you've been following me, you've been hearing about it. For those of you who are really looking to go to your next level and collect time, Exceptional Leaders Mastermind would be the route to take. If you're looking to get in the energy of 3 to 5x in your business in that 6-month time frame, with the potential of really, really growing your money at a different rate, the Exceptional Leaders Mastermind would be something you want to either join or apply to join. But I want you to remember, just keep this in mind. It's just a little funny thing you can tell yourself, girl, don't nobody you so that you remember to show up, right? So that you remember to be. And if you don't know who you are, if you aren't able to walk in that authentically, it is going to be harder to show up, right? It is going to be harder to sell because you have to sell what it is that you offer. The Bible actually tells us that we're doing a disservice to have something that someone needs and not sell it. I'll have to come back with the scripture to that. But the Bible actually tells us that we have something valuable that the people need, and we're just keeping it and not selling it to them. Right? The Bible talks a lot more about business and entrepreneurship than most of us are aware of. That's my take. Just something that I just kind of keep my mind on so that I can show up, so that I can be aware that there are more people in the world space who need what I have to offer, whose lives will be transformed through the work that I do. And I just tell myself, girl, don't nobody know you. Don't nobody know you. And so I just wanted to share that with you. Maybe that's just something cute that you can share with yourself so that you can remind yourself to show up. That's my thing. You guys are good.